morning, everybody. I'm Steve Henson. I'm the editor of the Pueblo Chieftain. We're starting a little bit earlier today because we have a really busy day. We'll talk about that in a minute. We're in the conference room of the Pueblo Chieftain offices. We do a lot of planning in here, a lot of meetings, and we eat a lot of pizza. And you'll see on some of our walls some of the awards that we've won that we're very proud of. And also with me today is Frank Hogue Jr., the late Frank Hogue Jr., who was one of the members of the Hogue-Rawlings dynasty who owned the paper for over a century. When I started here, Mr. Hogue was the owner and publisher, and he was a really important person in the community. He was one of the founders, if not the founder, of what is now Pueblo Community College and Colorado State University, Pueblo. He was a real different kind of leader for the paper. His father, Frank Hogue Sr., and his nephew, Robert Hogue-Rawlings, were both very tough guys who led the community through strong leadership, whereas Mr. Hogue believed more in collaboration. I'll give you an example. When I was covering Pueblo School District 60, there was a group of people that went to the school board and said, I think we need to rename the football stadium. It was currently named the number 60 Pueblo School District Public School Stadium or some crazy thing like that. And this group of very prominent people wanted to name it Dutch Clark Stadium. And they argued, well, Dutch Clark was our most prominent athlete. He was a charter member of the NFL Hall of Fame, and we needed a name to fit the stadium. Well, the school board said, no, we don't want to do that. Somebody else will come forward and they'll want it named for somebody. But we'll take it under consideration, but it was clear they didn't want to do it. At the next meeting, they said, well, yeah, we really don't want to do this, but if anybody else wants to be heard, and I'm covering this meeting, Mr. Hogue walks up to the microphone and says simply, I really think it should be called Dutch Clark Stadium. And immediately a board member says, I move that it be named Dutch Clark Stadium. And another board member says, I second that. And the board chairman quickly said, any other discussion? Very good. No. All in favor? Aye, 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 aye. And now it's Dutch Clark Stadium, and it's been ever since. And Mr. Hogue quietly said thank you and walked away, and all of his prominent buddies clapped him on the back. And I got a really good look at how there's a lot of ways to wield power. So let's talk about tomorrow's newspaper. We've got another follow on the school's closure. These meetings are continuing, and obviously there's still going to be a lot of changes coming up. So we're staying on top of that, and we're all over that story. And frankly, you're just not going to get the level of reporting on this anywhere else in southern Colorado. The Pueblo Chamber of Commerce, it's a good day for them. They have their annual luncheon in which they give out their annual awards. That's a neat deal. In our lifestyle section tomorrow, we have a preview of a film festival that's going to be here in town. And then we're working on a story right now that's it's an important story and it's a big story. I could tell you about it, but I'd have to kill you. I'm just joking. It is a big story, and it's an unfortunate story, but we need to do some hard reporting on that, so we're going to be busy the rest of the day. And you'll read about it on chieftain.com and in tomorrow's edition of the Pueblo Chieftain. That's it for now. Thanks for reading the Chieftain.